Well, a Midlands professor who teaches the New Testament and Greek has a new book in which he writes of the misconceptions of the Bible. News 19's Mary Sturgill takes a look at his findings as they are portrayed in the Christmas story.
By coming for the ordinary person, we now know that Jesus came for us.
Dr. David Croteau, who is a professor at Columbia International University, is writing the misconceptions he says most of us have about the birth of Jesus, as told in the Christmas story, and often portrayed in nativity scenes. He says the clues can be found in the words, like in reference to the place where Jesus was born.
It actually means guest room.
In his recently released book, Urban Legends of the New Testament, Croteau says Jesus was probably not born in a manger.
And so Jesus was born in the family room and then placed into one of these feeding troughs.
He also says the birth of Jesus was not an emergency. Again, the clue is in the words.
While they were there, the time came for her to give birth. So there was no urgency. Joseph could have found adequate accommodations at some other place. He didn't have to stay in a barn or a stable.
I always wondered when I was a kid, how close was she when she's going clompity clomp on that donkey?
Pastor Dick Lincoln of Shandon Baptist Church says he's glad people are still talking about the story.
I think it's wonderful that this long after the events, we're still concerned about the fine details of Jesus and everything about him.
And then there are those three wise men, on which the popular Christmas carol is based.
Behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews?" The only problem with it is there weren't three, they weren't kings, and they weren't from the Orient. Besides that, great song.
Croteau says in order to portray an accurate Christmas story, perhaps we should tweak our nativity scenes.
What you could do is you could buy an extra nativity set, so you have like 6 of them, and then just put them across the room from the nativity scene, because they're still on the way there as Jesus is being born. Then your nativity set will be a little bit more accurate.
And whether you're looking at the fine details or the big picture, Pastor Lincoln says the story still shows the love of God.
And I think it speaks to the importance of his birth for not only the church, but for people who are interested in what really happened.
Mary Sturgill, News 19, WLTX.
Again, the book is called Urban Legends of the New Testament. You can pick up a copy on Amazon.